all national elections. That is the power of the algorithm. So that's going to be a big battle as well. But when they target individuals and just create all this resentment, they're going to create a rod for their own back. The backlash has already started, and it's going to get bigger.
A rod for my back actually sounds good right now. I might stabilize it. This girdle isn't quite doing the whole trick. Good point, though, and it's shocking that they're doing all of this. They're throttling, and they're banning, and they're censoring, and we are still winning. The right is still taking it to them.
Imagine if we weren't being censored and dragged down by this. We'd be absolutely crushing them.
And instead of being whiny little...
and they don't.
Right, exactly. Instead of being whiny bitches, like a lot of people out there are, getting active. And by the way, like we said, the old stodgy conservatives, if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. Just get out of the way and let us do our thing. Paul Joseph Watson at Prison Planet on Twitter. Always nice to speak with you, sir. Again, let your fans know. Do not support that video. Don't tweet it out yet. You don't want it.
I'll make sure to let them know, Stephen.
All right, we will be back. Lawyer, I think. Yeah.
P-O-G.
March 22nd. SMU. Dallas, Texas. Prepares for the greatest show on earth.
I'm free.
Get it.
I'm free falling. What?
Can I come inside, guys? Beep, beep.
No, go away.
But it's raining out here. Beep.
Does our Apple Care cover that? What's it?
No, it covers manufacturer defects.
Not-
Doesn't
but not
cover
for water
like
damage?
negligence.
So do you think we should maybe
Just to be safe.
Just, yeah. Okay.
And I'm free. I'm free falling. Free. I'm free falling.
Hello, Hollywood Crowd of viewers. Hopper here. Don't forget that you can listen to the podcast on the go on iTunes and SoundCloud. The audio, you can download it, and you can listen at your leisure.
It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Come cheer up my lads, come cheer up my lads. 'Tis better to have loved and lost.
Tis better to have loved and lost, says that song from our lovely friend Pogo. You know what else? It's better to have fought and lost. And that's what we say. We are swinging as hard as we possibly can. That's why, even though we had him on this week, a lot of updates. So I want to bring him back on my half-Asian lawyer, good friend of the show, Bill Richmond. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Glad to be here.
Good. I'm glad to have you here. Now, before we move on, just so people kind of understand this, first off, how many times have you won or been awarded the title of Best Business Lawyer in Dallas?
3 times.
3 times. Okay. And how many times have you been among the top 100 young lawyers in all of Texas, period?
I think it's 2 times.
And are you expensive to have on hire?
Exceptionally.
Okay. And how much do you just want to see Twitter and the social media behemoths pay for their crimes against humanity?
I don't know that the words can adequately describe it, but my body shakes and shakes and shakes when I think about it.
Well, good, and we're glad that we have this man on retainer. He has equity in our company, I believe. I'm not sure, but we're keeping him because we need him. It's a part of our business plan. First off, let me ask you, what have you done with that Charles Hermes character? He was a professor, lecturer, I don't know if there's anything at UT Arlington, spreading false Nazi memes of myself to try and get the March 22nd SMU show canceled. What have you done with that chunk?
The legal definition of what I sent was a love note, requesting a retraction and correction. There's some great things under Texas law that allow us to say, hey, if you make a false statement and you're causing issues, you should make a retraction or correction if you want to deal with the issue. And so we've given him an opportunity to do the right thing and not just delete the tweet or delete the post, but to actually do the right thing here. We'll see. We'll see what he does.
Okay, and for the record, by the way, it seems like the show is unaffected March 22nd at SMU thus far. But by and large, that's because of
Twitter has not made a phone call yet.
No, Twitter's not made a phone. 2 quick follow-up questions on that. In Texas, where the video that was removed from YouTube was filmed, I just want to make sure people know, is Texas a single-party or 2-party consent state?
Single party.
Okay. Another question, I guess, is when someone puts a quote next to and says that you said this thing, for example, like kill all the Jews or whatever it is, and knowingly spreads false information, what is the legal term for that?
Defamation, or if in writing, libel.
Okay. Is that illegal?
It is against the statutes of this great state.
Okay. Let me ask you this: what are we doing with that video that was removed on YouTube to get it back on YouTube to try and play ball and be as much of a partner as we can?
I think we're shooting in the dark and guessing because no one wants to actually say with specificity what the alleged issue is. Well, what the actual actions we're taking are blurring. We're blurring things out. We're blurring more things out. We're blurring any possibility of a name or a face of people who were in a public place knowingly being filmed, who were actually happy they were being filmed until they realized that they weren't necessarily being filmed in a particularly friendly way. And then it kind of turned around.
Right. No, exactly. I should note to people who don't know, who haven't been following, who aren't Mug Club members, we were hit with a privacy violation. Now, usually if someone says it's a privacy violation, first off, you know, there's laws, and then there's policies from these social media. And what's crazy is that sometimes they actually go further than the law, even if you're following the law. And then sometimes they allow criminal acts like libel to take place on their platform after a manual review. So you can't know what's law and what's policy.
It's hard work to track.
We were just told it was someone complained about privacy, and the time code was the entire duration of the video. So Bill just said, listen, blur every face, every name. Okay, let's try and play ball. We're
Blur
trying
all the things.
Blur.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but it's shooting in the dark because really the way that this system works is they can only be very selective in their application of the rules if they're unclear as to what the rules are. Because if everyone knew what the rules were, they'd be able to say, that's wrong, that's right. But what they like to do is say, there's no one to talk to, there's no one available, the rules kind of change, we're not sure how you interpret our own rules, and then you get situations where people within the own organization are doing whatever they want, and unfortunately what they want is to silence voices on the right.
Right, and exactly, like we said to people, we don't want to just keep plugging it, but that's why Mug Club exists, CRTV, louderwithtwitter.com/Mug Club. We do obey the law in the way that we create our content, and those are the policies we have. So you can go watch it there, because we are not looking to break the law. And we'll blur everything and try. Let me follow up. Final question. What exactly are you going to be doing with Twitter? So Twitter was the video, it just said was a violation of content. We also, obviously, the long-standing history, we talked about running ads that they helped create and then banning the ads. What are you doing with Twitter? Can you say?
So we've got, the only thing I can say right now is we're making an all-out effort to be able to hit them in all channels of communication to let them know that this is a serious issue that they have to fix immediately. Unfortunately, that's the policy that they use, got a de facto policy of whoever makes the loudest noise might get some relief from these draconian random applications of the rules. For everything else, I'm going to have to save it for the March 22nd show at SMU. I'll give an announcement and update then and kind of reveal a little bit more once things become more public of exactly the steps we're taking.
Okay, so at SMU, March 22nd, half Asian lawyer Bill Richmond going to have some major announcements. I forgot my C's. And it's going to be one hell of a party. Thank you, Bill. We're glad to have you in our corner.
Glad to be here.
All right, we'll talk with you after the show, actually, because I have to clear things with him.
All right, hear ye, hear ye. This week's double secret patriarchy meeting is now in session. All present say aye. Aye. Wonderful. Now, first item up for discussion, we've heard a lot of rumblings from angry women, and we're looking for ways to preserve our secretive yet long-standing rape culture. Any ideas? Anyone? Come now, don't be shy. Yes, Charlie.
Yo, what if, like, when a woman wants to accuse a man of rape, like what if we came up with and made like a whole court system thing where, like, you know, to require some sort of verifiable proof to, like, convict somebody?
Thereby hiding rape culture under the guise of innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
My lord, that's brilliant, Charlie.
Yeah, it could be like a whole thing with judges and like due process.
Due process, a foolproof system designed to preserve our rape culture without fail. Yeah. Airtight, those bitches won't know what hit them. Fantastic work. Tom, You know that we are supposed to keep refreshments to a 2 per attendee maximum.
See, if you had counted the room, if you had counted the
Excellent
room,
work. We'll
you
interrogate
would
the
know
captive
research
back at
is
base.
out.
Your part is done here, Tenno.
you would know the amount of cookies for everyone in this room.
Mr. Cruz.
Fine!
Mr. Cruz.
You want to know something? Fine!